What does it mean to be in alignment? We hear about this word a lot these days, that you need to be in alignment with what? With your future self, if you want your reality to manifest in a certain way, with your divine purpose, if there is anything such as a divine purpose or just a purpose, with a vision, with a goal, with whatever it is that you want your life to amount to, with whatever it is that you want to experience. Now, is there any truth to this? Are we ever not in alignment? Or are we out of whack, out of alignment only when there is perturbance in our life trajectory? Or could it be possible that all these things that don't quite work out, all these ebbs in the flow of life, are very much part of the fabric of being in alignment? Because either they're going to be stepping stones, or in fact the end in itself of where you do find that realization that you always were in alignment, is a seemingly chaotic world, whether that is with us at the microcosm level or with everybody, collective consciousness, universal consciousness, including other planets, including the metaverses, including the multiverses. Are we all in alignment? Are we all just where we need to be? Now, how do we bring all of the various teachings, your own realizations, and everything together so that we can understand and make sense of now what appears to be a vast array of information with different views, with a variety of hues and shades and flavors and teachings? Yet, what you're going to find is that there is no right and there is no wrong. There's not going to be a single truth you're going to find in there that is not a truth that you're not going to find in there. So it is like an oxymoron. There is truth in everything, and there is also no truth in any of it. What we are experiencing as being in alignment, not being in alignment, being with whatever it is that you want to manifest or not manifest, Kundalini, no Kundalini, spiritual awakening, no Kundalini awakening, no spiritual awakening, wherever you are, you're going to find that you're always going to be wherever you are, exactly where you have chosen to be. And it is the realization of that that brings you into alignment. When we resist what is, when we resist how things are right now, we may not like it. For example, just recently we did a post on fatigue. Fatigue or exhaustion is very much part and parcel of ascension. It's part and parcel of you going through a transformation, you going through growth. I mean, what happens to babies, newborn babies? They sleep a lot. Yeah, what happens to pregnant mothers? They crave that rest. They're not getting that rest. They want to sleep more. Every time we're going through metamorphosis, we're going through certain changes, transformation, we need a period of respite. We need a period of active rest, and not just rest, but an active rest. When we resist that rest, when we resist that signal for us to take time in, and we resist it, we say, well, I can't be that tired. Maybe let me take some energy drink, or take some medication, or maybe it is something to do with your nutrition, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and you try all of it and you're still tired. And what you find, what is actually making you tired is the resistance to the tiredness. It's a resistance to fatigue. It's the possibility that actually you can just be tired. The possibility that you don't have to give into a conditioning that you ought to be doing something, that you ought to have more energy. Yeah? When we are in alignment, we are simply in the absolute connection with ourselves, whereby whatever you would want to outsource to give you feedback about yourself, you're now reeling all that back in so that you are becoming the in-source. You are realizing that you are the source of it all. You've just got to remember how, when, what. You've just got to remember. You're remembering yourself. You're bringing yourself back together again. Yeah? Which is why when we say we've been outsourcing, we've been externalizing even our spiritual experience, externalizing even our spiritual awakening, signs and symptoms, our Kundalini awakening. We've been externalizing wisdom. We've been externalizing all those things that we're seeking validation from, or we're seeking some sort of guidance, we're seeking some sort of input. Yeah, whereas you'll find that you already know. Nobody is going to tell you something that you don't already know. You will already know of this now. Whether you're conscious of it, whether you're aware of it, is a completely different story. Where your guru comes in is when the guru comes in to remove the avidya, to remove the ignorance, or to realize, to help you realize that you were always with all of this wisdom. It was just a matter of removing the encasing, and that you need not have the guru as your crutch, but if anything, the guru was there to show you. Now you've seen, and that's it. But when you keep on externalizing or outsourcing your experiences, yeah, that's when we then need something to bring us back in alignment. Now, sometimes when we outsource certain things, when we are having an externalized experience of ourselves through the feedback that we're getting back, and we're relying on that feedback, yeah, so that between that and when you rely on yourself for the feedback, that bridge is when you're coming into alignment. When you come into alignment, it means you're listening to yourself. You're listening to the self, capital S and small s, and you know the difference between the two. You know how to look within. You know what is what. So, a very basic example, again going back into fatigue. You realize, yes, I am tired. My body, my vehicle is tired. It needs to recuperate. Yeah. Now, it doesn't mean, are you lazy? Is that how you're interpreting it? That no, actually, maybe I'm just lazy because somebody told me that, maybe I am just lazy. Yeah. So the minute you bridge that, you bridge what you have known about you through someone else and what is actually you. Yeah, so you bridge that, and this is where our experiences will have tuned us in a certain way. So there'll be a you, that is the you that is in alignment, that is in complete balance, who has had various experiences piled on. And so you then start to live your life through this experience, so that when it is time to read the signals that are being given by yourself, You can't read them, but you misinterpret them. That means we are out of alignment. When we are in alignment, we read ourselves quite accurately. Then you are in alignment. Now, the second thing about alignment, is there any point that we can say that we are not aligned and that right now the way that we are, we need to align to where we need to be? Now, wherever you are, all of the time is always in alignment. What is not in alignment is the realization. It's the realization that you are not aligned to the truth of you, and the realization that you were always in alignment. So you've always known the truth. You've always been you, but you have been illusioned. You have been in an illusion of what it is. Now, similarly, there will be illusions as to what amounts to an alignment. So when things are working out for us, there will be that illusion. I'm in alignment. I'm finally in alignment because everything's going so well. Things are working out. My life is great. I'm living my dream life. I have my dream, house or husband, wife, children, whatever it is that it is your dream. Or I'm living with my guru in an ashram, or I'm in the mountains, I'm in Tibet, I'm in Nepal, and I'm having the best of my lives. I went to Mansarovar. There are so many things, and you think, wow, I'm finally in alignment. And boom, something happens. You have a fall, or an accident, or you hear of a bereavement, or you hear of a really traumatic episode. Something just completely goes wrong. You start losing your money, you start having changes in your jobs, your relationship goes awry, all of your dreamland, or this place that you thought that you're finally in alignment with, and you think, wow, I've arrived, it just shatters, it goes. Yeah. So when you harbor no illusion about the constant flux of life that we call life, the constant flux of material reality, the constant flux of material existence, the constant flux of manifest reality, when we are simply not accepting that it is constantly being changed, because we are constantly moving in our consciousness, and depending on where we are, we'll be calling on whatever reality is happening at that continuum of consciousness. Now, to put very simply, now say for example, today you have made a decision, you had four choices. Out of the 4 choices, you made one choice, and that one choice is then going to take you to another road. But had you chosen choice number 3, it would have taken you somewhere else. Now, if your consciousness today is a choice number 1, the way that you're going to experience your life trajectory is going to be with wherever that choice number 1 is going to take you, not at choice number 3. And that is the constant change that we are always going through. So your life, it will not be a case of, oh, look, suddenly everybody's so kind to me. Suddenly everybody's changed. I've changed. So everybody, yes, in a way, you've changed, but you haven't really changed. You're simply experiencing life from a different point in consciousness, which is also you. When we are in alignment, it just means that you are in realization of the fact that we are always in alignment with whatever is happening, because we are actually never affected. What is affected is the Sthula Sharira, the body. The body is what is affected. The mind is affected. The manas, the ahamkara, the ego, all of this is affected. Your blueprint is affected, which is your karmic cycle. That is affected. It is your cycle that is affected. And to bring wherever you want to be in that cycle. You want to break that cycle, you want to move on to a different cycle, you come into alignment with whatever cycle it is that you want to move into, whether that's a plane, whether that's a dimension. But you realize all of the time that you are always in alignment, no matter how things appear to be on the outside. Sending you so much love. There will be more on this.